Hey guys, Dr. Galyardt here at the Functional Medicine Center, and I'm going to give you 3 things today that you can do right now to help your adrenal glands. We've all heard of the adrenal glands. The adrenals are our stress glands. Stress glands are going to respond when there's stress in the body. But guess what? We have lots of different types of stress. We have stress from our kids, from our jobs, from our president, from our cars, from all these different things. We have stressors coming into the body. But guess what? Stress is not just an external thing, stress is an internal thing as well. And I'm going to show you some different things today that you can do right now to help those adrenals. Like or share this video with anybody that you know that's dealing with fatigue, dealing with brain fog, dealing with aches and pains that just won't go away. A lot of these things are happening because as we have this high adrenal output, adrenaline, cortisol, all of these hormones, we're not going to be able to repair and rebuild as we should. So one of the first things that I always think about when I think about repairing is sleep. Sleep is that number one thing that we have to get started with to help our adrenal glands. If you're not getting a good, deep, restorative sleep state, there is no way you're going to be helping your adrenals. Your adrenals are not going to be repairing at night. You're not going to be repairing and rebuilding your body. When we're looking at sleep, we have a couple different things that can happen. One is some people have insomnia and they can't get to sleep, they can't stay asleep. 2 thoughts there. One, if somebody can't get to sleep, it's usually, again, getting back to that cortisol coming from the adrenals, is that the cortisol is too high before bed. And so you get this second wind. So any of you out there that are dealing with this, go ahead and put a little comment in there, put a question in, anything that you have. But one of the big things that we see is that people get this second wind. So they start getting tired, maybe 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon, and then after dinner, boom, they get this jump and they get this second wind, and they start vacuuming and they start cleaning and doing all these different things, and they get that cortisol bump before bed. And so what does that mean? Well, they're not going to get into that restorative sleep state. So you've got to balance out that cortisol response. A lot of those same people are going to be tired in the morning, and they're going to have too much energy in the evening. So you have to really focus on that sleep hygiene, and you've got to turn your lights down. We've got other videos on this. Turn lights down, use salt lamps, reddish orange light, not be on your screen time, blue light, all of those things. You've got to be winding it down, and you'll be able to get a better quality sleep state. For people that are waking up in the middle of the night, one of the things that you can do right off the bat is to stabilize your blood sugar, have a little snack before bed. Usually it's crashing down and then it's kicking back up in the middle of the night. We wake up and our mind's going and we're thinking. But guess what? We all have stuff to think about. We could all be sitting there worrying and thinking and coming up with solutions or just worrying, but that's not what the problem is. It's usually those blood sugar dips in there. So we've got to get that good quality sleep state. For the other people, they just are never going to get the reparative sleep that they need. So you wake up and you'll be oh wow, I slept for 12 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, but never refreshed, never restored in that sleep state. And so they could sleep all night long, and this is usually more of a brain issue, and we see that when we do our brain map, our quantitative EEG, that sleep wave will be really high, and you won't be getting that good, deep, restorative sleep state. Yes, melatonin can help, and Ambien, and all these other things can kind of knock people out, but they're not going to get that restorative sleep state. So number one thing to do for the adrenal glands, you've got to get the quality sleep in, otherwise the adrenals will never be functioning optimally. The second thing we talk about all the time around here is blood sugar. Blood sugar is the number one stressor to the adrenal glands. Again, it's not your kids, it's not your spouse, wife, husband, president, cars, jobs, any of those things. Blood sugar swings, especially the blood sugar dips. And in the standard American diet, we have a lot of these blood sugar swings, and they're going to be going up and down, up and down. Even people that we see have a great A1C, which is the average of the last 3 months, and yet their average is good because they're swinging up and down really high. So what we look at is how can we keep that blood sugar from crashing down? Because every time that blood sugar crashes, we're going to stimulate the adrenal glands. The adrenals tell the liver to kick out stored glucose, and then boom, we're in this exaggerated adrenaline response state. Some people, we call it random anxiety, where they'll get anxiety throughout the day and no one jumped out and said boo and scared you, but your heart could be going. You could wake up in the middle of the night and you could have heart palpitations. You could be sweating. You could get sweating episodes throughout the day. Your hands could get clammy. A lot of things can happen when these adrenals are out of balance from that blood sugar swings. So what do we need to do? Well, a lot of times we need to have the right amount of fat at our meals. That's the first place to go, is to get enough good fat so that your blood sugar does not crash. We use our blood sugar monitors with every patient in the office because we need to know why somebody's blood sugar is crashing. And if we can change it and it gets better, then we fixed it. If it doesn't, then we need more fat, more protein, more carb. What percentage do we need? All those changes we need to be able to make, and we need to be able to diagnose and figure out through that process. So stabilizing that blood sugar, especially the lows. And what the problem is, a lot of people say, oh, well, I just need to eat every hour or two. That does not fix it. We can't just eat every hour or two and stabilize our blood sugar. We've got to figure out what foods, what percentages you're doing, and that's where the blood sugar monitor comes into play. And then the last thing that I like to talk about when we think about the adrenal glands and changing our mental state, a simple thing you can do today is to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a huge part of putting everything into perspective. We can sit here and think about, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough of this, I want more of that, I deserve this. There's a lot of entitlement going on in this society now of, I deserve a cell phone from the government, or I deserve a college education, or a lot of these different things. And when we practice entitlement like that, we're going to be continually wanting more, thinking we don't have enough, thinking we deserve things. So practicing gratitude is the counterbalance to that, and to look at every single aspect of your life that is working well and that you're grateful for. And not only things that are working well, but think about the struggle, and then we get to profit off of that struggle. Meaning, if we have struggle and we work through it and we get better, then we will actually amplify what we're getting at the end. So a lot of people just want what they want at the end, but we have to go through that struggle. And sometimes we have to go through the struggle again and again and again. So practice gratitude journal, jump on that every night. 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for. Get into that good state before bed, and get your blood sugar balanced out, get that good quality sleep, and those adrenals are going to thank you, and the rest of your energy and life throughout the day is going to thank you. Like or share this with anyone that you know that needs this information, and let us know what questions you have. Otherwise, we'll keep getting you the information, and make it a great day, guys.